What is up, beautiful people? Hope you guys are amazing. I am starting this video series here on YouTube that eventually will turn into my podcast, but it is all about light warriors being unleashed. And we're at this pivotal time in our ascension process in the world right now, in our spiritual evolution, that the light warriors are being asked to embody and step into this new level of connection, this new level of embodiment, this new level of expansion, this new level of light moving into the world. And a lot of us are reclaiming and remembering the potency within us, what we're meant to serve the world in, how we're supposed to show up, our gifts that we've had for years and years and years, lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes, that we brought down to the earth. You know, back when the mystery schools were a potency in the world, back when we used to float within the golden ages, back when we telepathically communicated and we used light language every day, and the dragons were in physical form on the earth. Back in that day is the potency of our power, and all of us have been incarnated in one way, shape, or form throughout lifetimes, throughout being around different ages, you know. And when the darkness started to come into the world and that shadow started to really accelerate in the world, we started to see the light being diminished or capped or put into boxes or really like abolished into smaller communities or trapped in, caged up. You know, they were creating death for people back in the day that literally wasn't even warranted, because they were free thinkers, because they were attuned to the light, because they spoke truth, because they lived in liberation and freedom. And we are at a pivotal time right now, everyone, that we are being called and asked to step back into, to reclaim this energy within our unity consciousness, to reclaim this vibrancy, to reclaim this energetic movement in our world. So I'm starting a series on YouTube over the next few weeks. I'm going live on Instagram every day with other people talking about the Light Warrior Unleashed and hitting different facets of their pathway, how it's shown up for them in their world, how they're moving through this process. And if you can hear some background noise, I apologize. I am outside. This is Costa Rica. This is where I live. So I'm honoring the flow of my own creation today, to be outside creating on my computer in this realm and in this wheelhouse. But we are being called right now to speak our truth, to step into our gifts, to literally abolish all the conformity and all of the diminishment in the world that has had us capped, that's had us playing small, that's had us in fear almost. So this series that I'm creating here on YouTube will be part of series in different conversations that are connected to the Light Warrior movement, connected to pieces that we need to evolve through or move through or embody. And today's message is about your power and about stepping into your power and ownership of your power and fully embodying that ownership. I also want to mention, before I jump fully into this, that the Illicit Light Warrior program is live. I say light worker sometimes interchangeably depending on where I'm channeling through. It's a program that's an 8-week program that starts on March the 10th of 2023. Now, if you're watching this video afterwards, the link that'll be in the description will still be relevant for a wait list, because I already have people that are not aligned for this time around that are looking to get into the next round. So I'll be doing it again. So if you feel any of that, and go and check out the landing page, it'll show you what the 8 weeks are about. The prices are going to scale and keep increasing as we get closer to the date, but there's budget available for everyone. There's possibility there. So if you feel that at all in that movement and you really want to lean in and, you know, abolish the war within yourself and really move through the collective energy and understand your pathway more and what you're here to do and amplify it and light that shit up, then join us in the Illicit Light Warrior program. Okay, back to this power. It's almost like the first stage within our light experience. We have these like spiritual gifts that keep evolving, and our intuition keeps, you know, attracting us and pulling us in certain dimensions, and our creative outlets are shifting, and our truth is vibrating in our throats to be able to come out. But the second we really own our power and we really drop into this ownership is where this acceleration starts to move. It's where the momentum is created. It's where the potency gets created. So what is your power? Your power is your unique vibration and your unique imprint. It's when you drop into yourself and you truly own who you are, and you step into that space and you embody and look at the duality within you, the divine light and the divine dark. And when you look at that potency inside of you, your mission on earth, your power is at the vibration of it all. It's right here. And when we fully step in and do some of this work, and I'm going to give you a couple of key things to move this through today, but when we fully step in and embody this work, and we step in full-heartedly, and we release the fear of all the things that have freaking been blocking us forever, we then can fully embody our power. So I've watched over the last year within my life the shifting that I've made to fully step in and embody my power. And I am really at the beginning cusps, I'm going to say, of the possibility that is really here for me. Now, am I doing it in amazing ways on Instagram? Yes, I'm stepping in. Can it be fine-tuned? Yes, absolutely. And as I continue to expand my own self and lean in and work with my mentors and the programs that I'm in, and the masterminds that I'm in, and all the vibrational alignment that I'm in, that power is going to keep getting targeted. It's going to keep getting shone on. And I just see this wheel being greased. It's going to keep literally creating a potency within this capacity here of vibration, of frequency. And as I keep moving it through and embodying it and speaking my truth and stepping in with that power, it's going to get more and more potent. So a couple ways to do this is really having the I can't believe this conversation with yourself, meaning taking ownership of all the shit in your world. All of it. You are the repercussion of everything that has happened in your life. And whether you choose to believe that or not, because some of you have been through very traumatic experiences, it's true. You chose them for reasons to learn from them. And some of you may not agree to that, and that is okay. You have your prerogative and truth, but maybe somewhere down the line you'll find parts of truth inside of that. But inside of this landscape, we've chosen this collective. So if we were to look back on all the shitstorms, on everything that has gotten us to this moment of time, there has been a choice that you have made to step in or not to step in. And not stepping in and not taking ownership is also a choice. So I want to remind you of that. And sometimes that's the hardest thing. This beautiful butterfly just came by just to say hey to me. Sometimes that's the hardest thing. But when we lean in and when we take full responsibility for all of this dynamic, everything changes in our world. We then can look at things from a different point of view. And we then can look at the things that are desiring in us to shift, the things that maybe we were not leaning in potency, maybe we were running away from, maybe we had fear in. And when we do this recollection and this going back into this space, we can then pull the learning. And from that learning, we now have power. We have power of amplification. We have power of stepping into the space. We have power moving through our energetic fields so that we can embody this and own it. I'm not saying you have to go back in and go through all the traumatic experiences of it. But when we go into the root of the learning, what is it that you needed to learn to pull that through? If we look at past relationships, what did you learn through that past relationship that you will never let happen again? Right? There's parts of that. I was a culprit of literally giving all of myself in relationships and not taking ownership of the things that actually really mattered. Like my own independence, like my own, confidence in who I was as a person, my own pathway and mission on earth. And I would drop it all in relationships. Never again will I do that, ever again. I will choose to make decisions in the space, and I will choose to be in a relationship where we can both come together. And sometimes there's play in that movement, meaning I will have to sacrifice something to uphold something to step into that. But never again will I diminish my light that way and literally give all of myself in that relationship at the detriment of my own self. And when I look at that and I own that, there's a certain power that now comes into me, a courage of conviction, a boundary in my world that I will never let go of, right? So that's a part of your power. The next one is your uniqueness and owning your self-expression. And this one is a harder one for a lot of people because whispering in our ears are, you can't say that. What are other people going to think? You shouldn't keep your voice that loud. You shouldn't be swearing online. You shouldn't be blah, 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 all the fucking shouldn'ts that people tell you. Right? And in that vibrancy, a lot of us have been literally put into our boxes and diminished in this full capacity of our power, because of the fact that if you were truly owning your truth and truly in your vibration to move through and truly embodying this place in your world, truly, that power is going to shake some fucking trees. And you are going to shift some energy with that power. And you are going to open up some truth in other people. And you are going to fully step into that space that there's a lot of people out there that don't want you to do. So when you do that and you lean into that and you own it, there's a vibrancy, a frequency that starts to move. I call it the ripple effect. When we step into our power, we give other people permission to do the same thing. And not that they need permission whatsoever at all, but it's almost that ripple effect. There's some people in the world that need to see someone else doing it before they step in. And is that the right thing? Maybe it is for them, right? Maybe it is for them. But for some of us that are the light warriors, leading in the space of things, moving in the space of things, allowing us to move through the dynamics of this, then we own it. And we set the tone, and I use the mechanism. I go first. I set the energy boundary. I make the bold moves. I have the courage. I step into my power. I say the stuff on my mind that most people would never speak out loud, because in that is the frequency of shifting. In that is that power. So as a light warrior in the world, you vibrating in this truth of yours and stepping into that power to own it, no matter what anyone else has to say, that is a rippling effect. That creates movement in the world. That creates literally a new vibration in life. And as you step into that, then you start to move through and start to really honor who you really are. And when you do that, you start to see it trickling around in the content you create and how you show up online, how you market your yourself, how you show up in your jobs or careers if you're not an entrepreneur, how you show up in your life, in relationships, and the things that you no longer tolerate in your life because you live completely in this vibration of your truth. And it doesn't mean you're a bitch, and it doesn't mean that you're out there being an asshole. It means that you vibrate in your potency of power. And that, my friend, is a light warrior embodied. And that, my friend, is a light warrior unleashed. Because when you can own that, then what happens is you create potency. Then what happens is you create possibility, and you move that through. And I'm going to talk about those more in depth in some of my other videos. But power, potency, and possibility are week 1 in the Illicit Program, where we're going to dive deep into this of your ownership. It's the foundation pieces of this movement of light warriors. Your power, not letting anybody take that sovereignty from you, not letting anybody dictate to you how you show up in the world, right? And stepping into that and making the bold moves so that you can embody that and own it. And is it easy? Fuck no. It's not easy. Guys, it's not. Does it get easier? Yes. But it's going to take some grit at the beginning. It's going to take some movement within yourself. It's going to take some honing in on to align and move through and be in this energy field. So, if this video resonates with you, throw it down in the comments. I want to hear from you inside of this video. I want to start this collective movement of energy talking about unleashed, light warriors unleashed, moving through the world together, collectively shifting energy as we move through. Each piece is warranted. Each warrior is needed in their own light, in their own vibration, in their own power. All of us are being called forward right now. All of us. And if you found this video by happenstance, you're a light warrior, my friend. And it's time that you start owning that power. So, in the description, you'll see my IG link. So if you guys want to come follow me on Instagram, have the conversation with me. I'm going live every day for the next 2 weeks. You will see them under a series. So you can always go back no matter where you found this video, at what time of year it is. You can go back to feel that vibration energy. But I'm creating a movement. I'm also relaunching my podcast called The Light Warriors Unleashed. And we're going to talk about all this truth and move it through and vibrate in it and literally move a collective of energy through in truth. If you want to join it, send me a message. I'd love to know who you are. I'd love to be connected to you. I'd love to hold space for you as you grow and expand. And again, the Illicit details will be down there as well. If it's past March the 10th of 2023, get on the wait list and find out when I'm doing it again, because I feel this program is revolutionary for all of the light warriors out there. So lots of love to you all, and I will see you again sometime soon in this YouTube universe.